And we're live, episode 699. We all know the big dog, Marshall Mendez, and our favorite right here from the East Coast, VC, Vinny. What's up, Vinny?
What's up?
What's up, boys?
Man? Doing great. Marshall, Vinny. You guys know each other, obviously.
Of course, man.
Yeah. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Man, same old.
Yeah, another day in paradise, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And, obviously, one of the things I want to talk to you about tonight, Vinny, is like, you're holding it down as a father, shout out to you and the family, but, with the production you've had this year and all the, prestige collection that you keep, man. I mean, nice, one of the nicest reptile rooms in the game for sure, hands down. When it comes to private,
I appreciate it.
I don't see anything that touches what you have going on, which is awesome. But how's it going, man? How are you managing it? Like, let's kind of talk about where you're at with all the babies right now. Anything kind of pulling on your chain that's difficult? Let's get right into it.
I mean, I actually had a pretty good year with getting everything to feed. I had out of all my 22 designers are feeding. Everyone's doing great. Everyone's established, so all the headaches are out of the way with that. I had 2 that were giving me a problem for my night train Biac clutch. So they're still like they're very runty, One is like underdeveloped and has like, you ever get one that has like the underdeveloped like head? It's like skinny and fucking weird. Its tongue was hanging out half the time,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, Marshall.
No, it's like it literally was like one of those pugs that had its tongue hanging out all the time, and like it finally just got a little mature and started going back in its mouth. But those are the only 2 that are giving me problems. But I've just been force feeding them pennies, So,
wow. How many in that clutch?
So that's like, she's like an older female. I don't know if you guys know. So he sent me that female on loan. It's a nice older Biac female. I think she's around like 15 years old or something like that. So, but really beautiful animal. So I had her for a little bit, adjusted her, got her settled in, and I paired them. I got 9 eggs. 7 were good, and then over time I only 5 hatched, and then out of the 5 now I'm down to 3. So it was just from the start. She dropped from the perch. She didn't go into the nest box. It was just everything was kind of downhill from the beginning. I didn't think it would even go the distance, but I got 3 out of them, and still have 3. One's doing phenomenal, and the other 2 I'm just force feeding still.
When did they hatch? What year? When was that? Remind me.
It was June
of this year, right? That clutch.
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but that was that whole clutch kind of like went to shit. You know what I mean? So.
And you're having to assist feed all the survivors.
Well, yeah. So it's like that clutch kind of went to shit, and then the other one, I got 22 eggs, no slugs, all 22 eggs hatched, all 22 babies went to distance. Yeah. So you can't win them all. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
that clutch right there, every single one is doing phenomenal.
This is the one you want to win on.
Right. That's why I'm like, fuck, I got lucky.
Bro, this is crazy. I remember when you posted these, my fucking jaw hit the ground the entire time I was staring at these, bro. These are all bangers, bro. And you haven't let any of these go yet at all?
No, I'm not letting any of them go till like fucking 18 months or 2 years. I don't know. What my plan is to, what did I say? I think I want to keep 8, trade 4, and sell 10. So that's my goal from the end.
It's a lot of power right there, bro. That's what it's about.
What is the pairing on this clutch again?
That was the female was Patrick Holmes Crook Crook Biac.
Yeah, she's right here. Right? It's her right here. Right?
Yeah, that's her with the eggs right there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then
the male is from Frank Gatton and Greg Waltz, FGGW.
Nice.
2005. Yeah, every single one. No slugs, nothing. So, and she bounced back super quick. So I'm actually like I've been on the fence, but I think I'm gonna pair her again back to back this year.
And the variety of reds you have in that clutch is just
they are. I don't know how I'm gonna pick. That's why I said I'm gonna keep 8 for myself because they're all so different and none of them look normal. Yeah. They're all so different. Like it looks like several different clutches, honestly.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
from the brick red to brown to almost black.
Yeah, one right
Yeah,
there.
they're awesome, and they're all doing great. So I got super lucky with that one. You know, every single one. I didn't lose a single one. I had to assist feed 6 out of the 22. That's even that to me isn't bad. And then out of the 6, I think only 2 were giving me a little bit of trouble after a month or so, a couple of months, and then now they're all feeding great. You know, for a while now too.
What are they on right now? What do you have them on?
Just fuzzies, like large fuzzies.
Okay. How often?
I'm going like every 5 days, 6 days, 7 days sometimes, you know.
Was this a sire? Am I tripping or no?
Yeah, it's a sire. So he's got such great genetics. I'm terrible with remembering all the genetics, but that's from what is that? Hades psychotic pairing. So it's a sibling to Zeus. I think the sire. Damn, I don't know. It's got all that good stuff. SH 05188 is in it. Everything.
Wow.
Yeah, all good. Some of the best blue stuff. But that clutch alone, it went really black. Like some of the siblings were like almost solid black through OCC. They were like phenomenal looking and held on to a lot of black and into adulthood. So I'm hoping to use that animal. I mean, it's really a blue line animal. You know what I mean? But I want to use it to cross into like high black and calico looking animals. So my goal is to really get like a lot of high black, and I want tiger stripes so bad, bro. Marshall, you got to hook me up. I'll trade you one of these for I'll trade you like 18 months, 2 years, so you know like what you're getting, not like something that's gonna.
Yeah. We've talked about it. We've talked about that.
Just making sure you remember. Wink.
I remember.
I'm so jealous, bro. That honestly, because it's not about the fucking money. If you got something Marshall wants, then he'll talk to you about potential trade, bro. Damn, but Marshall, he has some heat. Would you potentially consider trading with Vinny?
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
Yeah, no, and I'll let him pick. You know, I have 22. I don't, you know what I mean. And I haven't let a single person. No one's got their name on it yet. You know, I'm gonna keep all 22. I don't care. I thought to myself, I'll keep them for a year, and then I realized with the buy-acts, you know, it's not enough time. It's just not enough because like I was like there were certain animals that I had sold already, even through the buy-acts, and I was like at a year old, and then I didn't ship them out till like maybe 14, 15 months, and they started to look even a little different then, and I'm like, I shouldn't have sold that one, you know. So with these, especially being with their genetics, I'm like maybe 18 months, 2 years, I'll start trading or something, you know.
There probably will be a few
sure
that you see that there'll probably be a few that are, you can tell aren't going to be as nice as some of the other ones. They'll start going green sooner or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be others like, the last snake that came out of here, the last chondro that came out of here. I sold it. I did a trade with Rolando Burgess for some. I can't remember what. I think we traded for basins or something. I can't remember. But anyway. I don't know. He bought the snake from me. I had it listed for sale, and I had two males. And this was like these animals are 2016, so this was a while ago, like 8 or 9 years ago. And I'd kept them both till they were, I thought color changed. I picked the one that I wanted to keep and sold the other one. And anyway, that snake ended up going from Rolando to Clyde Klaus, and now to Garrick at House of Blue. And the one that I let go that I thought wasn't going to be as nice is way better than the one that I kept for myself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I know. It sucks, right?
Well, I'll tell you
nice to see your animals go to like other collections and people be proud of it and have your name be passed through, and it's nice. But at the same time, you're like, you want to build your empire. You know what I mean? You want to have the best of the best. Yeah, of course. That's the goal for me right now with all these, and even breeding her back to back this year. I'm almost like I'm kind of on the fence whether or not I should pair her with the same male because it was such a good outcome, or if I should change it up because I only have one other male with a decent caliber that's worthy of like pairing with her, which is my my Soul Train animal from John Irby. So he's nice, but I don't think his genetics are as nice. I mean, obviously they don't even come close in my opinion. You know what I mean? The genetics, but he's a beautiful animal. So like I'm kind of like I could get all new babies with new blood, and then I could breed them to each other, or I could just go for the sure thing and know that one's gonna give me like absolute bangers. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know.
And well, I will say the clutch of 22 that we're talking about right now. I mean, staring at all these babies, bro. I would have a difficult time trying to pick which one I think would be like the lamest one, or like it's
they're all gonna look. They're all gonna have their own look, bro. They're all
it's all gonna be unpredictable.
Everyone
That's why
I look at is.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was saying there's not one that looks normal. Like they just don't look like. And to me, I'm like they don't even necessarily look like a blue line animal or they all just look different, bro. They're all so different. Like Marshall said, you got brick red, you got bright red, you got dark, I got one or two that are almost like black looking, you know?
Yeah, no shit.
I got ones with white diamonds, I got ones with yellow diamonds, I got like rusty looking red ones with like rusty orange diamonds. Like everything's, they're all so different. So that's why it's so cool. Cause like there's 22, but there's not like a bunch of generic looking ones that, you know, you could group together. That each one has its own individual look.
They all look like holdbacks, bro. Every single one of them holdback.
That's why I'm like, they all look like animals that I would never be able to afford. So I'm like, I can't get rid of these, bro. These are the ones that I wanted to pick out that I couldn't get. You know what I mean? So.
Dude, that's a good point. That's the way I look at it with the shit. Some of the shit I got, I'm like, bro, like there was a time and place you thought you could never even fucking afford something like this.
Yeah.
And now you got a whole bunch.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of them. You're like, I made it, and my name's attached to it. I'm like, it's fucking badass, man.
Yeah, but not an easy, not an easy feat, right? Like this wasn't handled, right, Vinny?
No, yeah, it was a lot of work with them, but I got very lucky because I had 3 pairings that year, and that was the only one that really went. I mean, they all laid for me. They all laid eggs for me, but you know, one was a complete bust, all slugged out. The other one gave me the you know, mismatch one where I still only have 3 left, but 2 are you know, being force fed still and very runty, and then the one that went the full distance, that was 100%. So it's like every one was different, you know, but this one was the one that went the distance. So
remind me how many clutches you had last year. Was it 2 or 3 last year?
2.
And those were pure BIAC clutches, right? The both of them.
Yeah, just pure BIAC.
Now, dude,
I'll do some pure BIAC again this year. But.
Right. You know, throughout the pure BIACs you've made so far, I mean, especially the ones I got from you, like, I mean, you're starting to see like the ones that you breed captive bred wise to good looking BIACs. Like these aren't the typical BIACs you get in imports. Like these are starting to look a little bit crazier. They're starting to look like a little bit more like almost designerish towards in a sense. Like from what I'm looking at,
100%.
Like, go ahead.
No, it's hard because it's like each one you look at, like it has potential to be high yellow because they're all. I don't know. I know BIACs hold on to it for so long, so it's such a tease. You know what I mean? You really don't know.
Yeah.
It could be 6 years old, the thing turns green. 7 years old, you know, and then but you know these babies, like you said, they look nothing like the ones that you get from the wholesaler. You know, they look nothing like the farm bred ones. So
no. Yeah, how's this one doing? Does this one legit have no eyes, or is it? Oh, it has one eye.
It's missing an eye.
Missing one eye. That's
it looks clean.
I've hatched a couple like that over the years. It doesn't seem to bother them. But.
No, dude, it's such a solid animal, and you know what's pretty cool about it? Like when it gets angry, it flattens and flares its head out. And it have an eye. It just looks really cool. Like, and none of my other ones do that, you know. But it's a bad because it's got like the pattern goes through where the eye was supposed to be, so it's kind of cool. I'm like, I was like, maybe I'll sell it for a discount or give it away or something. But I'm like, it's turning out to look like one of the nicest ones, and it's such a solid animal with feeding. I'm like, I'm just hoping it turns out to be a female. I'll work it into my pure BIAC projects because I don't think that's genetic. I think that's just
it's weird. The times that it's happened to me, it's been totally random. You know, like one snake out of the clutch and from different pairings and different, you know, so who knows what causes it? You'd think it's probably incubation related, but who knows?
I think it is because, you know what, the year I did that, I actually did the Greg Maxwell method. I kind of fluctuated it, you know, I pyramided it up to like 88 or something like that. And went back down, and then everything hatched out. But I did have 2 animals in 2 different clutches that had 1 eye.
Wow.
So both clutches had 1 animal with 1 eye.
And unrelated,
Actually,
different dad and everything.
Unrelated, 2 unrelated. So that was last year. I bred 2 Biacs, completely unrelated pairings. They went in the incubator at the same time, maybe like a couple of weeks apart. And yeah, I did the pyramid thing with it, and 1 hatched out. That was 1 clutch right there with 1 eye, and the other one actually had a teeny tiny eye and a regular eye. So I'm like, I think it was incubation method. And then this year I changed my incubation method, and I actually did 80. I did 86.5 like the whole way through. Just
and you got eyes. You got eyes on all animals.
Yeah. I got all eyes. All eyes on deck, man. They're good.
But dude, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Real, I'm like, I hope I don't get no fucking 1-eye designers this year, bro. I don't want no fucking 1-eye cripple fucking calicos, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you adjusted. That's what's important. Like you figured out.
Yeah, I changed things up, and you know what? It just made it easier because when you're doing multiple clutches in a single incubator, like how do you pyramid it and change and fluctuate the temperatures and do all that shit when you're adding another one into the mix in the middle of this?
You gotta have 2. You gotta have 2 incubators. Yeah, you gotta have 2 incubators.
Yeah. So now I have 3 now, so that's why I just stacked up on incubators too, man.
Yeah,
I got lucky. I found a guy in Jersey that was getting rid of them. Some like burn breeder. He was like, I pulled up to this guy's house in South Jersey, and he had a fucking mansion, bro. It was ridiculous. But he sold me 2 3-foot sea serpents incubators with like a bunch of like 6-quart tubs and like a dozen bags of unopened hatchite, and he sold them both to me for like $1,000. Perfect. And that's cheaper than it costs for 1, and they were never used. He's like, yeah, I got back into it, and I decided not to do it, but I never got to the breeding part. So, my loss is your gain. I'm like, fuck, nice, man. So I got lucky with that. So I picked up those because I originally had the 2-foot cube sea serpents incubator, the hot box.
Yeah,
so now I got the 3.
Last minute, I got the 4-footer, but I got it shipped. I wasn't lucky enough to fucking find someone down the street who had it.
Oh my god! Yeah, what was that? Fucking like an arm and a leg.
$800 for the incubator, but then I paid like $300 to get it shipped over here, so it's like $1,100.
Yeah, you feel like you got bent over on the shipping. That's what it feels like. You're like, fuck, man.
That's how it always is to Cali, bro. We always get fucked on shipping over here. Like, when I get shipped Focus Cube, shipping so much, bro. Like it's.
Oh my god, I know. And you don't think about that. You're like, oh, this is $350, $400, and then at the end you're like, oh fuck, man, I'd rather go down and fucking strap it to my back and walk home. Fucking pay $500, $600, $700. It's terrible.
Wow. Marshall, you might be in the market for some new caging in the near future, aren't you? Like for some new vision cages?
Yeah. It just depends what I end up doing with the ball pythons. Like right now I've got 2 empty racks, or one's completely empty, my 70-30, and then I've got like 10 animals in my little baby rack that holds 75. But
nice.
If I breed the stuff that I kept, which is like, I don't know, less than 30 adults, I'll probably need the baby rack, if I start producing babies again. But probably going to get rid of the 70-30 for sure. That'll open up some room for a couple more adult cages. So,
yeah. And with you, Ben, I mean, you look like your room's like perfectly fitted exactly how it is, but you could use more cages still, or we had kind of talked about that before.
Ben? I mean, yeah, this room's almost maxed out. I have a couple of maybe 1, 2, 3. I have like 4 empty cages in this room that I'm reserving for green tree pythons. But I mean, I have 6. I have 7 holdbacks because the one-eyed one, you know what I mean? One-eyed Wilma, fucking. So I got that's 7 right there, and then I have 4 holdback Amazon tree boas from last year. That's already 10 animals that I'm gonna need 10 more 24-inch cubes for. So I'm like, I need a whole nother room. I'm like, my wife's actually gonna let me use the living room down here to start like overflowing and doing stuff because Yeah, well, you know what it is too. It's like God bless her. You know, thank God she's willing to let me. But at the same time, the bathroom that we have downstairs is a little fucked up because our septic. Ever since we moved in, they screwed us over. The septic tank was going, so we didn't even know that. But we've been having to get a new septic tank, so we're gonna have a new septic tank put in. But our downstairs bathroom kind of backs up and shit like that in the shower, so it's like a nightmare. So like we haven't been going down here or like having guests over and stuff like that. So it's like while that's happening, it kind of worked to my benefit because now I could use downstairs as a whole nother snake room, and it's a massive room. So it's like,
hell yeah.
So for now, I'll probably do that. But I mean, the goal in the future is to, I don't know, get some sort of like mini home in my yard or extend my house or something, because I just don't know where all these animals are going to go. And I don't want to just keep my collection of adults and let them, because you know what's going to happen is you sell everything, and then your animals get old and they get tired, and you know they go into their retirement, bro. You can't breed. You're going to breed them to death, and you have nothing that you save back for yourself. None of your own bloodlines, nothing to provide you for the next year to help you grow or move forward in the hobby. You know what I mean? You kind of stayed stagnant, and now all the people you sold to or sold your animals off to, they end up getting ahead of you. And then you just kind of fizzle out because your animals are old and dying out and you didn't do anything with it, you know? So in my head, I'm like, I want to keep as much as I can, and I want it to grow and continue to grow and continue to grow. So I have a 35-foot by 10-foot cement slab in my backyard, and it's 4 inches deep too. So I could put like a foundation. It's good for a foundation of something, but the lady used it as a dog run. So she had like a chain link fence around it. And so I just took that whole chain link fence down, and now I just have this big giant slab in my yard, and I'm like, it's 35 feet long, you know, 35 feet by 10. I'm like,
if it's 4 inches thick, you could put something on. You could put like a little metal building or whatever.
Exactly,
you know,
like a mini home or something. You know, I was thinking if I could make like I want like almost like a lean-to style or something where like I want the back to be taller than the front because the way that the sun comes. So I want it to be like I looked up my area. I could have up to 12 feet without what's it called? Permit? Without having permits. Yeah, so up to 12 feet. So I want the back to be 12 foot, the front to be 10 foot with like a 2-foot slope like that with skylights, and I want 20 feet of it to be for reptiles, and then I want the next 10 foot, or what is that, 15 feet to be for like a greenhouse.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, I feel like that's my dream. That's my dream. I don't know. We'll see. You know, that I don't think I could get that tomorrow or next year, but you know, that's my long-term goal.
But you got the property for it, you fucker. That's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. I have the property, but next thing you know, I spend all my money on it, and they increase my taxes, and I can't even afford to live in my own house. You know,
you gotta let go. You gotta let go of some of those 22s, bro. Let go of some of those 22s.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah,
I know.
Sorry, you got a lot of money right there. That's an expensive touch right there, my guy. You could do a lot.
It's equity right there. I know.
Big time equity.
So that's the thing. It's like you look at it as equity. It's like your money. I have all this money, and like I could start selling them right now. I got people fucking banging on my door for them, you know. Sure, but I can't do it, man. I can't, because I gotta look 10 years ahead. You know, I can't think about tomorrow. You know. I'm seeing the future with them, you know.
Yeah, right.
It's harder. Like,
go on, Marshall.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, like what you were saying earlier. It's harder with chondros and the our boreal stinks that we're talking about to get rid of your adults, right? Like you're saying, you can't. But like if you're producing all these babies and your adult cages are maxed out, the only option is either get more cages or you got to sell adults, But it's hard. Exactly. It's easier, like just to use the ball python example. Your babies are always the best ones, right? So it's easy. Yeah. Like your adults, the ones that are coming up are always going to be better than the parents. But with chondros, it's a little bit different. So you don't know. You never know. It's hard to get rid of those animals that still produce good-looking babies because there's no guarantee that the babies are going to produce any better or worse than the parents, right? So it's almost like, But
because that's what a lot of the ball python guys, they're constantly selling. That's what they do, right? Yeah. They'll sell all their adults and they raise up their new stock. They get
every year
new out of that. They're constantly replenishing, right? And recycling.
Exactly.
Just,
you're selling off your oldest animals every year.
Yeah.
I feel like, and you know what it is too. I've given these animals like such like good setups and lives that I just feel like, you know, I feel guilty. Like I'm gonna pump all these babies out of you, and then I'm gonna retire you and send you off to someone who's not gonna give you the life that I'm gonna give you. You know, and it's kind of like, yeah, go fuck off. So I feel bad.
But I don't.
You know,
But
so I get sentimental with my animals.
A goal for me, Vinny, is like I feel like I want to have space to where if I don't need to breed a female this year, she's chilling. Like I have her just
exactly.
where she's at, you know. But the thing
She's
is,
on
it's
deck.
like that. But dude, okay, 22 holdbacks. That's insane. I think I have 32 holdbacks. I have 32 holdbacks this year. Sounds great, but what am I going to do in 3 years? Like in 3 years,
No, exactly. So, and even if that 32 drops to 10, what are you gonna? You need room for 10. What? How? That's 20 feet of cages.
It's a lot. Yeah.
10 cages, or what? However you're gonna stack it. You know, lengthwise, heightwise, 10 more 24-inch cubes, and you might even be using bigger cages. You know, my females and everything over here in 30-inch cages. So I need another home.
I legit don't see myself keeping ball pythons in 3 years because I'm gonna need that fucking wall. I'm gonna need that garage space, that garage door space. I'm gonna need that.
Oh yeah. And like even like Marshall said, like you have your baby rack, your hatchling rack holds what, 75? You said
my baby rack.
No, I thought Marshall said his hatchling rack holds.
That's just my ball python baby rack.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Chondros,
No, just say I relate because I have I only have 75 tubs or something like that, like 70 something tubs, and they're almost all full. You know, because my Amazons.
Yeah.
You know, so I got the 25 chondros in them, and then I got the what do I have right now? I have 20 Amazons, and I have another litter on the way. So even and then this year I didn't breed my rhino rats. So I don't have any rhino rat babies in them. But next year I have all 3 females. I'll be pairing up again. So I should have paired them this year, but I kind of just slacked on everything and was so excited with the arboreals that I kind of let them, you know, just chill. But I'm gonna upgrade them into bigger cages this year, and hopefully next year I could breed them all and get clutches from all of them again, because those are really fun to work with, man. They're really cool. And I got plenty of room. That's the thing. I got plenty of room for extra cages in the cold room, but you know, I can't put my chondros in there. It gets in the 40s in that room, like right behind me with that door shut.
And the Amazon tree boas can handle that fine?
No, they're in
the rats, the rhino rats.
The rhino rats are behind in that room behind me. Yeah. So I could put like diamonds in there. I could put colubrids in there. I could put stuff like that. So I have room to grow, but not with the species in this room. You know what I mean? I'd have to look for colder, hardier species to live in that room.
How many species do you have in your collection?
What do I have right now? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 species right now. I got variable king snakes, the Leonis. I got a group of those 2.2 really nice ones. I'm gonna cycle them this year in the garage behind me. I got the rhino rat snakes, the group of those. I got the Dominican reds that are sold. Actually, I'm gonna be getting rid of them this weekend.
Wow, you sold them?
I sold them. Yeah, I got rid of them, and I got the rough scales, the Amazon tree boas, and the green tree pythons.
Nice. Why are you selling the Dominicans? What's the deal with it? What's the deal with
it was really it really came down to like right now they're in. I have the females are in 30-inch enclosures, and they're kind of okay in there, but they need an upgrade soon. Like they're gonna need like 4-foot enclosures or bigger. The male, I have him in a 2-foot cube, and he's okay in there for right now as well. But I'm thinking about the future. Like I need at least 3-4-foot cages for them. You know what I mean? And that takes up a lot of room. It costs money. So in my head, I came down to thinking like logically for the future. You know, I could spend money in my pocket and buy new cages for them, upgrade them, and take up a whole wall space for 3 Dominican red boas that are going to give me a shit ton of babies. But then I'm going to have to, you know, deal with force feeding them animals and all this bullshit. And, you know, I hate to sound like put money, you know, like about like that, but they don't even go for nearly, they go for like a fraction of the price that the chondros go for, you know? So it's like logically, you know, to take up a whole wall full for Dominican reds that, you know, they're so beautiful, but I mean, like, their cages are covered in urates. I mean, they
Yeah,
just
that's what I've heard
everything.
about them
Like
is that they're messy.
the shelves, like the shelves, the walls, everything's yellow. I'm like, I'm sick of it. You walk into this room and my Amazons, you think the Amazons are bad. No, bro. No way, man. My Amazon cages look beautiful. My shelves are white. My walls are white. The plants are okay. And that cage, they destroy every plant. They shit. But it's not even shit. It's urine. It's all over everything. But they're gorgeous, man. And I think the 3 that I have are like above average, like nice too. You know. So it's like it's hard for me to part with them because like I'm like I've been raising them the past 4 years and they're absolutely beautiful. But I'm like my plan now is to get rid of them, use their cages to upgrade the rhino rat snakes, and then I'm going to use that room I just bought because I was saying I have the same problem with the hatchling rack. I only have 75 tubs. So what I did was I went to PM Herps and he sells those the arboreal hatchling racks, and he sells them in black. But I asked him to custom make me them in white, and he had no problem doing that, which is really cool. So they're like I think they're 8-quart tubs, but they're literally the exact, or what are they? Maybe 12-quart? I'm not sure, or maybe 8. I don't know, but they're the exact same size as the 6-quart tubs, but they're taller. So I feel like that'll be like a good middle ground from the 6-quart tubs to those tubs to the Cambros will be like the up, that's how we'll upgrade them, because I feel like, after 6 months or so of the babies being in the 6-quart tubs, they start putting on size, and every time they grab their meal, they're always hitting the floor, they're landing in a water bowl or something. So it becomes a pain in the ass. And I also think that if you're dealing with like stubborn feeders that are wrapping and dropping, a lot of times like a higher perch I think does help because they'll wrap it, and once they hit the floor they freak out. Once they hit an object they freak out. But if you have a taller, deeper tub, once they wrap it, I feel like they're more comfortable hanging, so
it's like what you were saying earlier about having to make sense, like the title of this show is trying to juggle family, trying to juggle, your regular job. All
that's true. We haven't talked about that.
I mean, you have to, it's got to make sense, right? I mean, like everybody loves doing it and we would all still keep snakes no matter what, but you wouldn't do it at this level. You wouldn't have, I don't know how many snakes you have. You wouldn't have 120. You'd have 20, right? But
exactly,
so it's got to make sense to, if it's going to take up this much time and it's going to take up this much part of your house and it's going to be this much part of your life, and it's got to make sense, financially to do it. Otherwise, you just wouldn't have as many. So
exactly,
I totally get what you're saying.
100%, man. Yeah, because I mean, it's hard not to go overboard with it when you're thinking about the future and you want to grow and make a name for yourself and have your own line. So it's like it's easy to get carried away, but you're right. It has to make sense. It has to work with your family. It's got, it takes up a lot of time, man. I'm in this room every single day. Every single day I'm in all these rooms. I have 2 designated days, Mondays and Thursdays, that I clean everything no matter what. So like whether my wife is off on Mondays sometimes, and my parents will come here once or twice a week to help out too. So they'll watch the kids or take the kids out, and they'll help. They'll give me that freedom, because it does take a village, to get things done around here, especially if on this scale. So I'll dedicate those 2 days because I got Tuesdays and Fridays are garbage day. So I just make sure I every Monday, every Thursday, I'm cleaning every single enclosure. I start with the babies. I start with them first, and then I don't go back to them. I make sure I get them out of the way first, and then I move my way to the adults. And then I do that twice a week. And then, you come home the next day from work and you just did the whole collection. You got, several different cages are covered in shit again, and you can't wait again until next week because next Monday's cleaning day. You gotta, you stay on top of that. I'm like, oh yeah, you're welcome for the fresh water, bro. Thanks for the shit in return. But sometimes you got to be grateful because it's better cleaning shit in the water bowl than wiping it off the shelves and the plants and stuff. So you got to take it good with your bad.
But I would say ever since I brought it down to just the ball pythons, chondros, the emeralds, and my one pair of tree monitors, dude, like, oh, what a fucking glorious life I live now. You know what I mean? Because I would work my ass off to make this room as clean as I want. And dude, I love your room because I got OCD when it comes to like certain shit. And I can't take it to your level, bro, because you're just not like, you're way too next level with it. I wish I was.
OCD is out of control.
Yeah, but I wish I was when it comes to keeping what you're keeping. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, I want my room to smell good. And if I put that much work into something, I don't want one fucking night to just ruin everything I just did. And for the most part, man, these chondros aren't that dirty, you know, and neither are the emeralds. I mean, I know it could get dirty, but, you know, like, you don't deal with a lot of like shit cleaning for the most part, you know?
My chondros are, they're really good, honestly. They're the best. Chondros, I mean, they shit every 10, 12 days or something like that.
Except babies. Yeah, except for the babies.
Hold on, the babies.
The babies are nasty, bro.
Every day there's some sort of like, the fuck, dude.
The shit stinks too, bro. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
I don't smell
shit
it.
Fucking reeks, man. And then even with the babies, you know, I don't even have a ton of ventilation in my racks. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of not adding ventilation. I just keep that little 1/4 inch, you know, 1/8 inch crack around it. I'm in them every day because it's the humidity. They have perfect sheds. I've never had a problem with a shed from a baby or a juvie. You know what I mean? So I keep that. They just have the, you know, the around the top, you know, where they slide in, and I'm in them every single day. And, you know, even on days where you just feed them, because I don't have pure water substrate. I just overflow the water bowl a little bit, so there'll be like little puddles here and there, and there'll be dry spots. Yeah. But you know, you'll feed them. You come back the next day, you open it up, just a little bit of juice that came from the fuzzy fucking stinks. I'm like, holy shit, man, I gotta clean that. I'm like, what is that? Fuzzy juice? Is that, you know, rodent juice? I'm like, damn, it stinks. It smells like a dead animal. And that's just after a couple of, you know, several hours of being in there overnight. So I'm in those baby cages those baby tubs every day. Every day. I just take them, I bring them over to the sink, I rinse them out, I bring it back over, I refill the water every single day. So I mean, every day, every other day.
Mine are guaranteed to shit after you spray them. Like if you spray them the next day, you usually find a shit in the water dish or something.
Yeah.
But did you put a deli cup in there and you fill it up with water and you just let it overflow, you said?
Yes, let it overflow, but not to the point. I don't have a full layer of water on the floor. There's just just enough where there's little puddles, you know what I mean?
Right. So. And you spray or you don't spray?
No, I don't spray.
Okay. Wow.
But it's like that's because I don't have I don't need to spray because it's like I don't have all the holes drilled into the tubs, you know what I mean? That really changes a lot, you know. That's what Focus Tube. I asked them to make my my vents smaller.
Right. So I had to order new racks, 2 new racks from Sea Serpents as well. And what I did with the tubs that they gave me, I put only like a couple tiny holes versus the other ones where they were made for ball pythons and they had a lot more holes. And dude, holy shit, less holes is better for sure. I feel like
you know, and when you do less ventilation, it's not. I mean, people might say, "Well, less ventilation's bad," but if you're in there every single day, you have to be adamant about that. You have to be in there every day. You have to be, you know, I'm opening my enclosures like every day, every other day. You know what I mean? I'm going in there all the time. I'm even going in there to prune plants. I'm a weirdo. I'm like, I don't like the way that plant is. I'm gonna twist it and, you know, do bonsai stuff and wrap it around so it's growing a certain way. I'm cutting leaves off and stuff. I'm doing all that shit every day. You know, but that's my passion though. That's what I love, you know, and you gotta love it, you know, in order to do it, especially on a larger scale. You can't be thinking about the money, you know. If I was thinking about the money, I'd be selling my babies already, you know. I'd be getting rid of shit already, you know. It can't be about money. It's gotta be from the heart, it's gotta be passion, it's gotta be something you enjoy every day, something you look forward to coming home to. You know, it's my man cave, you know. When I'm out, you know, we go to a farmer's market, if I find a piece of artwork, I'm thinking about my room, my reptile room. I'm always thinking about the reptile room, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's your sanctuary. And we always talk about, like, this has to be our happy place. And when you have money always wrapped around your head, it's not fun. It's like, what do you think?
No, it takes it away from it.
Yeah, and you know,
when I was younger and I was working at the reptile shop, like, we'd go to, like, some of the expos and things like that, and like, you know, some of the customers that would come in that like they did their livelihoods with just reptiles. They had no job, you know, that was their job. They're just reptiles. And like I saw like you know, you go through cycles, and these people, some of these people are stressed out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, sometimes you're on a high, and then sometimes you need money, and you're jonesing for money. You don't have a steady income. You know, it comes in at lump sums, and then you might not have anything for a little bit. If you have a bad year, you're fucked. You know what I mean? What do? You know? So it's like when you're depending on your reptiles, when you're depending on your passion, you're depending on your hobby, it does suck the joy out of it. You know what I mean? It takes the fun away, because you're thinking, it's stressing you out. Oh, these have to breed for me. Oh, these have to produce for me. Oh man, I gotta sell these babies, as opposed to like, I ain't fucking selling shit, bro. I'd rather have people begging me for my snakes than having to try to, you know, begging people to buy them. You know what I mean? You can't play that game. It's not long term. It's not good. You know, you gotta love it, and you'll see a lot of people getting into it now, because like you said, like you guys talk about all the time. There's a lot of ball python people, a lot of people switching it up, thinking that it's like the next big thing. And chondros will always be big. They'll always hold their value, but it's not for every man. It's not for everyone, you know. And people are gonna learn, because it was so easy for everyone to get into the you know, ball pythons. They're kind of like the pit bulls of the hobby, you know what I mean? You got everyone and their brother getting into breeding them, you know. And what breeders, everyone, all these people, but
and what comes hand in hand with ball pythons is thinking about the money. Like, you can't help but
exactly
about, like, in 3 years, because it's like, it's a feasible thing to think about. Like, breeding ball pythons is fucking pretty goddamn easy, and I'm not even saying like breeding chondros is hard. Like, you can get fucking eggs, but we all know like that next learning curve is like, can you get them to eat? Like, that's where you're really gonna like fucking look at the sky and be like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And so, but dude, also like, just having to think about money before you even get a clutch is even weird too.
You're stressed out, man.
There's people already trying to think about like what they would charge if they were to produce something, if they were, and I'm like, dude, make the fucking animal first. How about that?
One step at a time. One step at a time, buddy.
Yeah, slow down. You're talking about what your prices would be when you fucking haven't produced a goddamn thing, you know? And but it also,
I mean, you got a lot of people. They make a logo. They get stickers. They get hats. They get shirts. They go fucking. They throw a parade for themselves. They never bred anything. And you're like,
Jesus
they got
Christ!
Fucking websites and forums and stuff. You're like, this guy's so cool. This guy, what'd you breed? It's like, nothing yet. You know, like, what the fuck? You paid how much for a logo? What are you doing, man? I'm like, shit,
bro.
So
true. That's so true, though,
like,
man.
They look so much more professional than me. Some of these people.
They put the cart before the horse.
Got merchandise and stuff.
And that was kind of part of like the 101 like new breeder textbook thing you were seeing is like, God damn, they know how to market, they know how to post reels, they know how to do all this shit that like people like you and Marshall don't give two shits about. You know what I mean? Like, just like the whole like professionalism of being a business.
That is important,
It is, but like you should also see if you're meant for it first. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
You should actually see, like, can you get kicked in the balls and keep going? Like, can you take losses? Because I mean, let's be real.
What do we got here? Hey guys. This is Micro. Hi, say hi, Vincent.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Valentina.
Hi, Tina. How are you? Nice. Look at
this.
What's
What
up,
it's all. Yeah, but this is what it's all about right here. You know what I mean? And I gotta say, like, I am grateful, man, because it's like, what?
Where's Valentina?
I don't know. Where's she sleeping?
She's sleeping.
Oh, she knocked out. Oh my God! Thanks for the appearance. Awesome. Benny Jr. Dude, look at him. Oh my God. What's up, buddy? Happy belated birthday. You're 3.
Like you guys are saying, like, and talking about family too. It's like, it's honestly, when you do get to the level when you can, like, you know, pull back from your full-time job, and like, I'm blessed. I just 2 years of breeding, I've been able to cut back and start doing part-time. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's such a great feeling, you know. It's to supplement some income, at least, you know. Not everything, you know. I think it's important to keep your job and have some sort of steady income if you have it, you know. Not to just give it up right away, but, you know, it's nice when you start being able to, when your passion starts earning you money and you could start chilling and, you know, enjoying your family more. It's definitely a blessing, you know.
And that's one thing I love about this hobby is like the way it could change your life, like, you know what I mean. And throughout,
man, yeah.
You know, and
what
it's
you put into it, it'll give back to you if you put into it. You know what I mean? You got to do things right. You can't half-ass stuff. When you're dealing with live animals, you can't just assume everything's going to go 100. You can't half-ass your enclosures. You can't half-ass your care. You know, everything's got to be 100%. You got to love what you do.
You can't force shit either. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
At the end of the day, like, excitement is cool. Like, I'm definitely one of those people who get overexcited over shit, but like, you gotta let things fold out the way they're gonna fold out. Like, that's just the way it goes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll bring it back. You want to say goodbye?
All the stuff you were saying earlier about the, you know, marketing and.
Hi, Vince. Later, little Vinny.
Yeah.
I love you.
It's holding on.
I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
We'll be back.
Bye. I love you.
That's something Leo would do. He'd be like, "No, I want to stay."
Yeah.
No worries. What are you saying?
They kick my ass.
All that stuff is important, but it's not more important than the snakes, right? Like the snakes should be able to do the talking for themselves. And then, yes, nowadays, you know, unfortunately, you also have to be good at marketing and be good at social media and getting your name out there. And otherwise, you'll have a bunch of snakes and nobody will know who you are, or people will be scared to buy from you. You know, whatever.
They won't even know you have them now. Yeah,
but do the snakes first, and then worry about that other stuff. You know?
Yeah.
It just mainly because, like, when you are doing stuff for the animals, that's how you meet the right people. Like, that's how you meet like the right ones who've been doing whatever it is that you're looking to work with, and like find out who's who. Because again, there's a lot of people who paint the scenario of them being something, but they're fucking not. And the next you know, they're giving you advice, and now you're just almost now you're part of a Patreon of some fucking goddamn group that's never produced a chondro much in their life, and they're telling you how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's nuts. But, you know, again, like Marshall said, I feel like there's just ways to go about it. And I think one of them is just knowing, you know, like, are you meant to be with the animal? Like, is this place meant for you as a keeper, you know?
Yeah.
But God bless them. People don't want to have a real job. That's just what it comes down to.
No, I know. It's tough.
It's hard right now.
No, it's health insurance that's really the fucking killer, man. That shit's expensive,
damn.
bro. So it's like that's one thing. I'm like, I'll stick with my job forever to keep that, my health and dental, you know.
I mean, I was always wondering why Marshall wasn't full-time snakes. I remember the first time I went over to his house, but Marshall, you always had your reason why you kept your career, right? I mean, you always felt like you're happy about that decision. No,
I mean, you know, it fluctuates. You know, someday, yes. It's nice to not have to depend on the snakes for it. But on the other hand, you know, part of me wishes that, you know, there was probably a time when I was younger, before I had kids, that I could have, you know, if I would have just said, okay, put head to the grindstone, or, you know, whatever, head down, we're doing snakes full time. That's what I'm going to concentrate on. There was a time probably when I could have done that. But now, you know, like the longer you stay in your job, and you know, if you're good at it, and, you know, it gets harder and harder to leave that stability every year.
Yeah.
You know?
You get very comfortable, and, you know, you have that steady income that you could always rely on.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's like, is there a world where? Yeah, and is there a world where you could do it on less money? Yeah, sure, but, you know, on the other hand, do I want to live that life? You know?
No, exactly.
I personally would rather get up and go to work every day and you know, have a nice house and have, you know, like, not have to really worry about money, you know, versus being stressed out about doing, you know, if you were going to do snakes all the time, yeah, you could do it, but, you know, it'd be a lot, take some of the fun out of it, you know?
Yeah. You could use the money you make from your snakes for more snakes or vacations or things that are nice for your life, as opposed to using it on bills, you know?
Yeah.
So you elevate your life and use your main income for your bills and your job. I mean, you know, your house, your mortgage, your electric, your water, all that stuff adds up. Your cell phone, your Netflix, your Prime, all that shit, man. You know, the rodents, man. Every month, every other month or something, spend a couple $100 on rodents. You know, it's a lot. Things add up. You know, I know you guys breed your rodents, but man, I cleaned rodent racks for like 10 years at the reptile shop, and I just can't even do it, man.
Yeah, do not recommend.
Mice are fucked up, bro. They eat each other. They fuck each other up.
It's dirty business for sure.
Am I there?
You're all frozen thawed, right, Vinny?
Yeah, all frozen thawed.
Yep. Okay. And,
can you hear me? Am I there? I'm good,
you're
right?
you're the connection's weird, but whatever. It's been like that. So
It's a little laggy, right? You want to X out or anything?
No, you're good. We'll just roll it out. We're good. We're fine. It goes back in and out. It's fine. Remind me real quick, when it comes to feeding your collection, do you have rats implemented to your adult females or no? I can't remember. Your chondros, or are they on mice?
Very little. I think around this time of year, I'll start implementing every other feeding or every like third feeding with like a medium rat. You know, but I really like to feed multiple jumbo mice, larger jumbo mice
Per serving?
Know? Yeah, like two or three a serving.
Okay, and then at the right time you give them that bigger that rat at a whatever time.
Yeah, around this time, around like November, December time of year right before breeding. I guess around this time, So
okay, is there ever a time where you're not feeding them?
I don't. If they want to eat, I feed them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna not feed them. But I notice that obviously your males will go off feed. Pretty soon, my males will start going off feed. You know what I mean? They're all still eating right now. So I stick to I know it's so hard to not want to start pairing and everything when you see everyone doing everything so early. But I have a very strict regimented schedule where I won't even start pairing until November, and that's my first pairing. They usually don't go the distance till late January, February, March. So yeah, around this time I start pumping them up with more food. And over the summer, I don't feed them as much. Over the summer, I keep it warmer and drier, I guess, a little bit on the drier side. So I kind of give them that season because I just let it go with the flow of my room. My room gets warmer in the summertime, and I'm out a little bit more. I'm more active. I'm out with my family, everything. So I end up spraying them a little less, and I end up feeding them a little less. And then around late summer, early fall, I start spraying them again, and I start feeding them again. As opposed to feeding them every 3 to 4 weeks, it'll be every 2 weeks from this time.
Yeah.
So I start putting some size on them. And then sometimes I notice some of my females, I know it doesn't happen for you guys, but I just feel like maybe because my room is so dialed in annually that they go through a seasonal change where I notice some of my females will actually start to stop eating before I even pair them.
Yeah,
but that's why it's happened multiple years in a row.
But that's why they've been eating though. You've been feeding them. You've been feeding them, right? And then they go off.
No, yeah, I've been feeding them, and then around I start right before I pair them. Sometimes I'll have a couple of them 2-3 years in a row have gone off feed before I even pair.
And they've gone the distance.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's perfect timing, in my opinion. I think that's the perfect right when they're okay, I could go without food. That's when you need the locks. I feel like that's when the locks are most important. So
it's funny because I'll notice I'll have my females, and I can't, once the lights go off, you can't even go near their cage without hearing a thump because they're coming at you all the time. They're hungry 24/7. But then once I start noticing my females, their demeanor changes and they become more timid and shy and gentle, I guess. You know what I mean? And they're not food hungry, and I'm that to me is signaling that they're developing follicles. I don't know what it is, but it happens around the same time every year.
For me, when they're that far into turning off food, I'm pretty confident that's gonna do the job. Like Bill said, he's never had a female who's gone off food not lay a clutch for him. And I've had maybe 1 or 2 that threw me off where they went off food and then fucking months later, they just decided to eat, and I was like, what the fuck was that all about? But last year it went down exactly how Bill said it went down for him, where they shut off food. And next thing you know, it's just building ovulation, and then 4 weeks after being off food, they ovulate. And then for me, also I noticed too, once the girls go off food, my males don't touch them. The males almost fucking, they don't want nothing to do with them after that. And I'm seeing that right now with the fall pairing that I have going on. But yeah, man,
he did his job, man.
Yeah,
he knows the job's done.
Yeah.
He's accomplished. He's smoking a cigarette.
He's waiting to go to the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you ever used an ultrasound, Vinny?
No, I haven't. And ironically, that's what my wife does for a living. She's an ultrasound tech.
Yeah, shout out to your wife, man.
She's got all these. She's got her own machine and stuff too, but she's got a human machine, so it's a $35,000 machine. It's not. It needs like it's too strong for snakes. Like in order to do it on a snake, you would need like a 2 to 4 inch like gel pad or something like that barrier because the depth, you know.
Yeah. Would you ever use one or no? Like for your snakes?
No, I don't think so. You know what it is? I just don't even take my snakes out of the enclosures. Honestly, I don't even mess with them. I got too many the plants are so overgrown and everything like that. All my perches are removable, but I've never removed them. I've never, I only take my males out just to pair my females. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, yoking a female out of the cage to check follicles. I understand it could definitely help, and I see the benefits of it, but I think if you're like, I don't think it's always necessary. I don't think it's necessary if you know what you're doing, I
agree.
Like, it's not,
it'll be
sounding. It could definitely help you know when to pair and things like that. But I feel like if you don't ultrasound, like, and you're still pairing, it's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna happen eventually. You just keep pairing until, It just seems like an extra step. I don't want to rip this female off the branch to to ultrasound her.
Well, the trick is you actually don't take them off. The way Bill's been doing it, he just takes the snake off the perch. Yeah, does it while they're sitting around the perch. Yeah.
Still could be messy though. I'd rather not.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing too. Now with the plants overgrown, like I love my enclosures, and I made sure my perches were removable, but kind of screwed myself with all the plants because the vines are growing over everything, and I can't get the perches out. So
yeah,
at least not the ones that they're sitting on in the far back,
But also,
that's another reason why I don't take good pictures, man, because I can't even get in there with the camera,
that's the price you pay for having decked out enclosures.
It's definitely enjoyable though.
I was gonna say, man, I know just coming from experience, it sucked having to deal with a snake that was egg bound, and I guess with an ultrasound you can maybe see what's causing the eggs to be all fucked up. You think that would use that? You think that would be something you could look into? If like I'm trying to think like another benefit to using an ultrasound other than seeing if a snake's gravid.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I'm gonna say right off the bat, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, so I don't know what the hell I'm even, I mean, I guess I can ask my wife, but I don't. It's a whole can of worms that I'm just not looking to get into. I have so many things going on in my life. I'm trying to become an ultrasound tech now.
Yeah, no, it's one thing you have to literally dedicate time to geek out over, and I already know 1,000%. Once I buy the fucker, I'll fuck around with it a couple times, then it's gonna sit in the corner and just collect dust. And it's just
you're never gonna touch it again.
No,
the thing too is that no one has really done it full force with chondros to see if it's effective, and see if it's as effective as it is with like balls, for example, where it's pretty commonplace for the bigger guys to use them. But now that Bill's doing it and he's doing it on a regular basis, it'll be interesting to see like what he finds and if it helps him. Know when, like, if he wouldn't normally pair a female and like, oh shit, her follicles are at, however many millimeters, throw a male in there and then, damn, you get a clutch when you weren't expecting it,
Yeah.
So there hasn't been people who have religiously done it with chondros.
Yeah.
So remains to be seen, because I'm with you. Like, I feel like I don't have time to do it. It feels like it's one extra thing to do, and I've really never needed it in the past. But I mean, the more snakes you want to produce, I could see how it would be. I could see how it would be helpful, because I've always just kind of done the whole room at one time, right? Like cycle everything together, pair everything together, food cycle, temperature cycle, the whole room's at one time. But if you didn't have to do it that way, and you could pair things when they were ready. I don't know. I'm kind of coming around to the possibility
I'm
of
definitely not knocking
it.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm not against it. I think if you could utilize it, then you're good at it, and it's definitely beneficial. But me personally, I know myself. I'm as stubborn as a mule. I ain't gonna do it.
You too.
Ever,
I just don't have. I don't have the extra hand.
It's just the honest truth, you know what I mean? But if someone else is doing it, I think that's fucking awesome. And I think that's like you're developing a skill. It's like a veterinary skill. It's like, it's good for the animal. It could help you benefit. But if you don't need to, if I have a female that I can never get a clutch from, and I'm just striking out year after year, I'm like, I'm so stumped, maybe I'll look into getting one. Maybe I'll try to figure out what's going on with her or something like that. But even then, probably not. I don't know.
Man, we don't have an Alex Warren, dude. You know what I mean? Like we don't fucking.
Yeah.
We don't have help. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have.
I know.
Like I mean, Marshall, who's
Get
gonna help
over
you?
here, boy.
Who's gonna help you with the ultrasound, Marshall? You can't do it solo.
No,
I
nobody.
put my kid to work.
That's what I'm saying. Eventually, you're gonna be like, "Fuck it, dude. I'm gonna open up another Miller Lite and say fuck the ultrasound. I'm not gonna use it." It's exactly what you're gonna do. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not against it.
Some people are great at it. I'm not going to talk shit. I mean, I kind of am, but I'm not going to talk shit about the people doing it because I think great.
No,
but
yeah,
I know myself. I'm not going to do it.
If I had the time and the means to want to learn how to use it, I think it's a cool tool to know how to use an ultrasound. But for what with chondros or whatever I want to use it on, except for ball pythons, I'm gonna need extra hands. And my wife barely wants to come in here and help me fucking probe things. Like she doesn't even want to, you know what I mean?
I know. The probing too.
Yeah, I don't even probe. I don't know why I said that. I'm not even into probing. I thought I was, but I'm not. I'm just gonna let my chondros sheds tell me what I need to look at. That's it. Not a rush.
Yeah, no. The probing is a bit annoying because you're by yourself too.
Yeah.
So I got those
scary too.
What are they? Those tubes.
Oh, we talked about
yeah, like a restraining tube.
Yeah, those suck.
Yeah, I got those restraining tubes. I got one that's got like every size. It's kind of cool. I think I got it from like Amazon or something like that. But did it really work nice, okay? But it did. It helped me a lot, man. You gotta coax their head into it. Once you get their head in, you let them go up all the way, and then you gotta hold it still. It definitely helps if you're by yourself because that's the only time I've ever sexed animals. I'm by myself. I don't even bother asking my wife. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Who was it?
Out with that, but I've done that for the Amazons.
I forgot who we talked to. Marshall, didn't somebody? Was it Bill or somebody said they had a terrible time using it? Like it was like not ideal.
I want to say Patrick Holmes had said he could do it one handed. I could be wrong about that, but I think it was him.
Patrick could do it. Yeah. Patrick could do it. Fucking dog stand yoga. Fucking whatever. Yeah. Fucking. He'll figure it out.
Hangs upside down from one foot and fucking does it with it blindfolded.
Lost
he holds the probe with his tongue.
No, but I mean, for the most part, it's kind of like I like being surprised. I like to be like, holy shit! Oh my god, it is a male. It's a female. I'm not in the market.
But the problem is, everyone that like I don't mind like what mine turn out to be like. You know what I mean? Like but everyone else that wants to buy one, they everyone wants female. Every single person wants a female. Like almost every single one. So
I know, of course, but it's kind of that's
why Carly, and then you have too many females.
Yeah, but then again, like it's kind of like being so like in the mindset of wanting to have the right pair or whatever, where you just gotta let that shit happen the way it happens.
Yeah,
you can't really avoid like you getting the certain sex ratio, but you could just adjust from there. But I don't know, man. I do you think we're leaning towards a place in the chondro game where it's going to have to be kind of a normal thing where we're selling sex chondros, like male, female, like, and it's almost on your benefit to know the sex when selling because fucking Joe Schmo's doing it now and everyone else is doing it,
Yes and no. You know what it is? I just feel like still like I'll sex my Amazon tree boa is no problem, but I feel like they're just such a there's everything about them is different, like from the hardness and texture of their scales to their body type. Like I feel like the chondros tails are so fragile. When you start doing juveniles and yearlings or neonates, like I think you're risking it. You don't know. Maybe you don't see the damage you did now, but you saw that animal as a 8-10-month-old animal that you sexed, and you think you did great. Now 2-3 years later, it's got kinks in the tail. So
I think if it could ever get back to where the shed testing was reasonably priced, then it 100% would be worth it, right? I mean,
but be different.
But the shed testing still, they needed like a shed from the mom, a shed from the dad, a shed from every sibling, one from the grandfather, one from his fucking best friend. It's like they needed like all these sheds, and you're like, holy fuck, man, I don't got none of that, but.
And now it's crazy expensive too. On top of all that,
was it?
You need. Well, I mean, it didn't used to be, so I don't know what happened, but I think before it used to be like, whatever, $100 a shed. I mean, something reasonable. But now, I want to say like, just for them to even develop the test, I think somebody told me it's like $2,500 just to develop.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to have the dad and a dad and the dad's brother's shed plus the mom.
All for the sex.
Where do you get that from? You gotta contact the person you bought it from. And be like, can you ship me a shed? Like,
that's some. I mean, you gotta be on some Rico. You gotta be on some Rico Walder type shit.
You're the person breeding it, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's it's crazy. It's a lot. Yeah, $2,500 a snake. No.
I think it was $2,500 just to develop that particular test, and then I don't know how much it would be per individual animal. So
yeah, I think it's a lot more than 2,500. I think it was a lot more than that, Marshall.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember. I know it was like, there's no way I'm ever doing it for this much.
Yeah, it was 25 is not that. Bill would sneeze on 2,500. It was closer to 10K. I remember. Bill said it was like 10,000. Yeah.
Nah, bro, I cry. No way. I'm not giving you 10 grand.
Yeah. I mean, all right, just wait. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
I'll say wipe their ass with 10 grand. I'm like, crazy.
Yeah, let me ask you a question here, Vin. Going into 2026, what are your plans for breeding? Are you looking to, produce more next year, around the same? Like, what's your goal for next year?
Yeah, I mean, I have 3 Amazon tree boas that I have that I'm females that I'm going to pair up next spring, or I guess late winter. Start pairing them up in January, February. Then I have how many females I got this year? 1, 2, 3. I only have four female chondros this year, which isn't bad, but we'll see if they all go. They're all,
what pairings are those?
I got 2 Biac females. They're both yellow neos, so it's whatever. The same Biac females I had last that produced the 2 clutches from 2024. So I have those 2 females.
You're gonna put other male Biacs in them?
I'm just gonna switch the males.
Okay.
So then they'll all be like, 2 unrelated pairs, 2 unrelated pairs. They'll all be half siblings, and these 2 and these 2 will be half siblings to each other. Yeah.
Right.
So I'll just flip the males, and I'll do that this year, and then it's just I have a Kim Burge popcorn sissy female. I think she's a 2014 animal, so she's old. She's getting up there, right? So what was that? 11 years old, right there. So
wow. She laid for you or no?
No, I've never had anything from her. It's like every time I was like last year and the year before, like I used my males for other pairings. So this year I have like a good ratio. I'll be able to use a male for her. So I'm not sure which one I should go with. I was like, that's basically whoever's left over from my when I do the repeat pairing with my Patrick Holmes female. So I don't know which male, if I'm going to use my Night Train animal from the John Irby Soul Train pairing, or if I'm going to use my Frank Atten Greg Waltz animal, from the Hades Psychotic pairing.
Is that snake on
last year? Which one?
Yeah, we looked at it earlier.
No, I'm talking about
I know it's like with the names and shit like that, but it's like it's basically I think I might just do a repeat pairing. I'm really not sure what to do.
No, what was that male you just said? Not
it's that one right there.
No, the other. He said another one, not this one. What's the other one?
Let me go back to the page. I guess you're gonna have to go down. Where is he? Keep going.
Right here.
That's him right there. Yeah, and it's not the greatest picture of him.
No, that's
Night Train.
That's the same one. Oh no, this is Night Train, not Night Crawler. This is different. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. The names are kind of similar. It's stupid, but.
Oh, got you. Okay. So this is the male you're looking to pair.
Yeah, I might do him this year. I'm not sure if if I should do a repeat pairing of the same male or if I should switch it up and use that male. He's beautiful, but the genetics aren't. His sire is like 60-70% black.
Is this him?
Soul Train was so nice. Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Soul Train was I believe Soul Train was a Ben Evans animal. I think so, and it was such a high black adult. So. Unfortunately, I don't know. I wish people would post more of the siblings. I never really see the Soul Train niece pairing siblings or anything like that. I would like to see some of them went high black, but I feel like they all kind of have that similar phenotype, you know, that minty blue green with some peppering. You know, none of them are as high black as the sire was with Soul Train. But the thing is, Soul Train was a Ben Evans animal, and I believe Crook was a Ben Evans animal. So they both have those high end melanistic genes in them. So I thought it'd be nice to breed them together. But I personally don't think the results will be as nice as this pairing that you're looking at right now. That's the only reason why I'm still thinking I should just do a repeat pairing. Because it'd be not.
I want to see.
I mean, what would you rather do? I mean, would you do a repeat pairing and do that exact same pairing over again, or would you use the Soul Train?
Yeah, bro. I want to see if they can do that again. If you could repeat that many crazy Neos again, what else do you want? Like that's.
I know, but then I'm thinking, you want to know how crazy I'm thinking? And then I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, but then if I sell, let's say I have the same exact result, and I have let's say even if I have like 15, you know, and I sell 10 from last year and 10 from this year, that means there's 20 animals of that pairing out there in the world that people will be working with. I don't want to flood the market with that, you know. Am I thinking crazy?
I don't think you have to worry about that. I mean, they take so long to mature, you know. I mean, like it's
true,
minimum 5-6 years before anybody can even get to where you are today, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's true.
And we all know a lot can happen in that 5-6 years. That's the like, it's fortunate but unfortunate, right? Like, yeah, in 5-6 years you could get some crazy shit, but also a lot can happen in 5-6 years. That animal might not be here, or like whatever, dude. Like financially, you can't do it no more. I mean, that's why it's like when you get to that point of success, man, you could take a deep breath and like, you know, pat yourself on the back, because it's not a lot can happen, dude, before you kind of see some success in this game, dude. It's just not a handing out project, you know.
No, that's true. It's very true. You know, with the green tree pythons, you know, I was thinking crazy. I'm like, I don't want to, like, you know, 20 of the same, you know, out there, the same fucking bloodline. But then you got people like Garrick and stuff like that. They've had huge clutches like that too, you know, like 20 something animals and some more. But
who's Golden Ticket gonna?
And that's me just assuming that I'll even be successful, you know, with it again. You just because it's a repeat pairing, they went all the distance, you know, it doesn't mean they'll do it again this year. So. But,
all right, this is a wrap up. This is gonna be a wrap up topic for me, okay, Vinny?
Mm-hmm.
You hear? You can hear me? All right.
I can hear you.
So you and I have a passion for BX, okay? It's pretty well known. This is a fucking nice looking BX. It's an import. God bless. Like, this is the beautiful thing about BX. Like, you can come up on an import like this, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But if you were to make a BX personally that looked like this and it became a normal thing, would you consider that like a normal BX in your heart, or would you consider like you're onto something making nicer looking BX? Like
you're onto something, man. That 100%. Like, you see what the common BX looks like, the ones you find on Craigslist and all those fucking ones that end up like they're pretty green. They're not as nice, but I do have to say one thing. I'll get some updated pictures of him because he's still very much yellow, but he did gain a lot of green like out of nowhere.
How old is he? How old is he in that pic?
He's a 2019 animal, I believe. So yeah, he's around, you know, 6. He's going on 7 years old.
Yeah.
So
he's 5 years in this picture.
He just started gaining some green, and it's like more like the lower half of his body. But he when you look at him from a distance, he still looks like a yellow snake, you know. Yeah. But when you get up close, you see he did gain a lot of green, and it's like a light green, so it blends in with the yellow really well. But he's still a phenomenal animal and definitely a standout specimen. But it just goes to show that, like, you know, that's the difference between a designer and a BX. You know, you have an animal that looks like a designer, but you don't know what's going to happen down the line. BX, you know, a lot of people say high yellow BX. I'm not going to say this is a high yellow genetic BX. You know, it's not genetically high yellow. The animal itself individually exhibits like a high yellow phenotype, but, you know, even at 7 years old, you know, he's losing some of it, you know. So
yeah, it forever changes.
You never know with the BX, you know. But I'm hoping, you know, he's gaining like more black in a way in spots. So
yeah, so I mean, obviously, we all know Versace and Marshall. Versace's changed throughout the years, right? I mean, what he looks like now, he didn't look like that 15
Yeah.
years ago, right?
No, I mean, he's probably looked like this for 10 years. You know, I'd have to go back and pull pictures of him to see. But I mean, he started off real high contrast, a lot of orange, a lot of black, a lot of yellow. And then over the years, it's all just kind of turned green. And then the last thing to go on him was the black. So for a while there, he was mainly green with, you know, kind of black, almost like airbrush a little bit. And then over the years, the black just kind of faded away.
Yeah, but he said he's 20 or 20 plus years right now, right? Something like that.
He's 24 this year.
24, yeah. So I mean, he's earned the right to fade out, right? So at that point, you know.
Yeah.
Marshall, you got anything you want to wrap up with Vinny before we let him go?
I mean, so we didn't really even talk about the freaking amazing Amazon litters from the last couple of weeks.
I have one female I'm still waiting on, man. She's holding out, so I'm waiting for that one. That's a really nice, clean high white male calico to a calico tiger female. So
how many litters this year? 2 or 3 total? Will you have?
So I had 5 pairings this year. Out of the 5 pairings, the first pairing gave me 13 babies, and I lost two babies. Because I have some with the Amazons. What I noticed is, you know, you get the babies, they all look great, and then after like a week or two, sometimes I like 1 or 2 drop. I don't know what it is. They don't, you know. But that's been happening consistently with me last year and this year. You know, I get like 13 babies and I lose 1 or 2 within the first week or two, you know. I don't know what the deal is, but that's before they even shed or anything, they just kick it, you know. And but they also don't really look 100%. They have like, they're the only ones that'll have like a little piece of their like umbilical cord still attached or something, you know. So they'll be a little off to begin with, but the day you find them, they look great. They look stellar. They look phenomenal. And after like within the first week, you could tell like they don't look as solid as the other ones. They're not perching as tightly. They're not their skin doesn't look as great. It's a little bit more wrinkly. You're like that something's a little off with this one. It still has like the little umbilical cord attached to it. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna go on. So I've been losing like, you know, a very small percentage in the beginning. So I got 13 from the first litter. Ended up with 11 babies. The second litter was a complete bust. I noticed the female started roaming the cage like a month, like 3-4 weeks early than her expected lay date, and I was like, something's up. She's really restless. This is not normal. Like she shouldn't be cruising the enclosure like this, especially not this early. And then she gave birth to a bunch of stillborns and a bunch of slugs. So that was a little disappointing. So the second litter was a complete bust, not a single live animal. Then the third litter was one of my most anticipated ones, and I only got 3 babies out of that one. three nice babies, 2 calico tigers and a solid red. And she laid a bunch of slugs and started eating all the slugs. So that was kind of like, you know, I had 1 great litter, 1 bust, 1 litter that, you know, I have 3 live. So it's like one good, 1 bad, 1 mediocre. Then the 4th litter just had she did great. She had 8 babies, that one, the hateful 8. Every single one's a red tiger, 0 slugs. She did great with that one. And then I have 1 more, the 5th litter. So that female's still gravid right now. So any day she should lay, you know.
Dude, I love it.
Not all of them went the distance. You know, what are you gonna do? But you know, 4 out of 5 gave me viable babies, so I can't complain. Even if I only get 2 or 3, you know, from 1 litter, it's still something. It's better than nothing, you know.
And they're all freaking amazing looking too.
Yeah, dude. So like when I first saw them, like they're pretty, but like I'm like, the red is a little rusty. I don't know if I really. It's got a drop of orange to them. Like it's not exactly what I was like hoping for, you know, with considering the phenotype of the adults. But after they all shed, holy shit, bro, they look like different animals. You know, that one just shed. I didn't even notice the white scales in the beginning because I guess they were just so muted looking, being like, because when they first come out, they're beautiful, but they're much duller than after their first shed. Once they shed, they're
difference
phenomenal.
after the first shed.
Major difference, bro. The whole tone of the red is different, so it's actually red now. So I'm much happier with them.
What's the next step
And
for you in a
there's like
snake
2 or
like
3
this?
of them that have like a couple of those white scales.
Vinny, what's the next step for you in a snake like this? Like, where do you want? Like, what level are you trying to take this snake to? You know, like when it comes to looks.
Me, I'm really messing with what I mean, I'm gonna keep breeding all the different types, you know, with the black stripes, the white stripes. I'm gonna have a variety available all the time. But my personal goal is to make like super high white adults. It's very hard to do. It's very hard, you know. In time, a lot of them, even the high white babies, you know, in time they gain a lot of black or they muddy up. The white will become beige or like a grayish bone tone. And like I really want to perfect that. I want to have like animals that are like 7 years old that are still beautiful red, like a bright red, not a dirty dark red, not a brick red, like a beautiful ruby red. Like and I some of my animals, some of my adults, I'm very proud of owning because like they, as you know, 7 year old animals, they are, some of them are very nice looking and some of them are getting very dark, you know. So what I really want to do is just keep selective breeding, and that's why even with the Amazons, I don't want to get rid of them right away. I mean, I have all my baby Amazons except for the Hateful Eight because they were just born like a week or two ago. Almost every single one's eating, you know, and they've had multiple meals and they shed out. So I could sell them right now, you know, in good faith, not feeling like I sold an underdeveloped or unestablished animal to someone. But in my heart, like I really do want to take it to the next level. I do want to see how they change because they're like chondros, bro. You really don't know. Like you have 2 red animals, they're stellar red, and you're like, all right, they look identical, and then as they age, one might turn black and one might stay red. You know, you really just don't know, and and it's more common than not that they darken up, and that their pattern exacerbates. Like if you want a nice clean stripe, then you don't want to pick the baby that's got this big bold stripe. It's just going to break up. You want to pick the baby that's got like the faded pinstripe because it'll come in and it'll exacerbate more and it won't be as crazy as you know. So it's weird. I'm learning as I'm going with them to pick seeing like with the babies what will develop like what. Like I'm really just starting to learn a lot more and I'm starting to pick up on certain things. So it's nice. But my main goal is to have like super high white animals with bright red and no black.
Yeah.
As little black as possible. I want that nice contrast. I want pure white and like pure red. That's my ultimate goal. And I do want to start working towards in the future, like maybe the yellows. Because my adult yellows, I have 2 yellows right now. I have a yellow bicolor male who's like a het calico. And then I have my yellow bicolor tiger. And I got to say, out of all my adults, like, they're so clean, and it's not very common that you see like a yellow adult that's clean. They do get like a muddy, like a dirty yellow. And these 2 adults are just so bright yellow, they look like chondros sometimes. And I'm like, I'm so proud of them. Like if I could recreate that and work on that too, like I wouldn't mind like creating like super nice yellow adults and super nice red adults and just perfect it. That's all. I want my babies to look like that as adults. As what they are as babies. That would be my goal, but it's just so hard to do. So, but I think with selective breeding, it's already come so far. I think we could take it further, 100%.
Yeah, 1000%, man. Well, what a good episode, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Pleasure to have you on. Obviously, this won't be the only time.
It's a pleasure to be here, bro.
Got to bring you back on. Where can people follow you at, man? Why don't you drop all your social media plugs before we let you go?
Yeah, it's v.c.reptiles at I think there's even an underscore because I lost my first account. So VC Reptiles on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook too. When I post, my posts do go over to Facebook, but I'm not active as much on it. You know, I guess I don't respond as quickly, or I don't really know. I'm like, dude, Facebook's kind of like intricate. I don't know. It's like I feel like an idiot when I'm on it sometimes. It's like a million things going on. I'm like, sometimes I don't even bother with it, you know?
Well, I'll put all the links to that.
Instagram's definitely the place.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the description
Instagram.
below.
And for everyone asking, because you know I get a lot of people in my DMs all the time, like just asking about the Amazons. I have a way I do things. I'll usually hold on to everything: my chondros, my green shoe pythons, anything I produce this year, or you know in the summertime, in the fall, whatever. I keep over the winter, and I won't release it till it's a fully established like yearling. So I don't see myself ever selling like yearling neos, honestly.
Right. I mean, this is safe.
I'd rather no headaches. Like, you know, even when I sold the 2 to you, like I explained to you, like they were eating every week, but they were finicky eaters. Like that, you know, you need to be, you know, you need to know what you're doing. Like I want to make sure when my animals go out to people that they're not experiencing problems with unestablished animals or animals that they're iffy about. Like you're gonna get like a nice, hardy, solid animal from me that's eaten 30, 40, 50 times. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to do.
That's probably one of the
makes it easier.
That's probably one of the smartest purchases I ever made in the last like few years was buying those 2 BX from you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, nice, man. I'm happy. I'm glad they're doing well for you, bro. I know I was in a way I was upset. I'm like, of course MJ has to come to me when I have my last 2 that are like asshole eaters. I'm like, so he's gonna get these and be like, oh, I finally bought from VC Reptiles and these fucking things suck.
He gave me some more.
Because they always ate for me, but they were finicky. Like you needed to know what you were doing to get them to eat, whereas the other ones would just take it right away. So I always like to disclose like every detail, you know, before I sell anything. He's like, yeah, I got this. Don't worry. Now they're crushing what? You got them on
rats, bro.
Rats? Yeah, fuck. That's great, man.
Yeah. I don't fuck around. But guys, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it, guys. Red Mountain Herbs on Instagram. You can catch Marshall every Tuesday as well. Thank you so much, Marshall, for coming by and being a part of this episode. It means a lot.
Yeah, thanks, guys. No, I had a great time, man.
All right, man. Have a good night.
So much more
Good catching up, Vin.
Yeah, man. Peace out, brother.
All right, have a good night, guys. Give it up. It's a wrap for Vin.
Take care, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks again.
Have a good night, boys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, man. Great episode. I appreciate everyone who came by. Again, this will be taken down off YouTube right after this is done, but it will be available on Patreon. So if you want to catch all these lives, make sure you come join my Patreon. And this will be out sometime next week, out on video format. So be ready because I am still rolling out my normal lives. That's going down at 6 o'clock. So I will be going live again in about 46 minutes or something like that. Anyways, we got Rob, who is leaving Canova. We're going to find out why he's leaving Canova and what his next venture is. So thank you so much for tapping into this episode, but it's episode 699 in the books. Have a good night, and I'll see you in a few minutes.